Hello everyone, did someone order some more puzzles? Because that's what you guys are going to get today. This is LuckySevenDX, welcome back to Let's Play New Super Mario Bros. DS. And we are here with Coincentration. There's actually two versions of Coincentration in Super Mario 64 DS. But what you need to do, this is actually the easier version I believe, unfortunately. But what you need to do is you need to look to see which blocks the coins fall into. Remember which ones they are, and then hit those ones. Unfortunately, I'm not very good at this game because it just is really tricky to see which coins go which blocks, I guess, and keep track of all of them. And eventually you screw up, you miss one. The moment you miss one, you lose. So you can get like a decent score. This wasn't my best attempt, but I'm just going to keep this simple and just wrap up the puzzles now, and then we can move on to table and variety. Table, or I should have probably called it card, but I called it card before, but they're technically called table. There's only 3 games here. But the way these games work is they're not really win-lose as much as you just continue. It's a continually betting process where you bet coins, and then you have to play the game, and you'll make coins to spend on future games. I'm not sure what happens if you run out of coins. I think you just get game over and then start back from whatever the standard amount is. But if you do get multiple victories in a row, you'll see the stars will stack up on the side like they do in other games, like the puzzle games. And this one is actually not too bad, I got this one already. And they will get harder as they go on. The number of coins you win, the coins don't matter, you can't buy anything anyway, they're just there for some reason. But every time you lose one, you lose 1 star, every time you win 1 star. As you gain more stars, the game gets harder. So that's basically how it works. At this point, I guess, nope, I failed that one. Unfortunate, but that's just what happens. I think I do like 3 or 4 of these to show them off. Lose that one. I win that one. I think I'm pretty good to go from here. Just need to, yeah, there we go. So I got 2 coins that time. Now, unfortunately, the amount you win stays at 9 no matter how many times you do it. I think I do 1 more, and I think this one actually turns out pretty interesting, as you're going to see. Flowers, and stars, and the mushrooms, and the clouds. They're all just right there in a row, and I actually get a perfect! So I get to show that off. Doesn't get you any extra benefit other than the shiny perfect. And you know what? The shiny perfect makes me happy. So we've made enough money off of Luigi here. Luigi will always be the dealer, because Luigi is a gambler at heart. That's right. It's been revealed. Luigi owns a casino. He just takes everything down. Wait, what? Did I press the wrong one? I think I went to the wrong one. Oh, I was just showing off that you keep the coins, and you also keep the stars. So if you quit and you come back, you'll still have the same number of stars from before. So the game will still be at the same difficulty you end at. So don't worry about quitting. Anyway, this one's a 5-card poker, except you can only bet before you exchange the cards. The suit values, because there's no numbers or face cards in here, the values are given by the list on there. The higher up the kind of thing, the higher up the symbol, the more valuable it is. So, like, a pair of stars would beat a pair of Marios, which would beat a pair of Luigis, and so on and so forth. So here I'm like, okay, I have a pair of flowers, I can do decently here. End up getting 3 flowers, and as you can see, he's just gonna end up getting that. Now, depending on what you win, as you can see up there on the upper part, those are the hierarchy, I guess, of combinations. So, for example, 5 of a kind beats 4 of a kind, and so on and so forth. You'll win the number of coins you bet times the value given by the number next to the kind of suit you win. He gets a freaking full house, douchebag. I thought I had that one. Unfortunately, I didn't, because he is a rip-offer. And well, I think I'm gonna try one more here. I'm just gonna bet the farm. Try to break even here. Got a pair of Marios. I'm feeling pretty good. And then you got 2 pairs. Well, crap. So I won the match game pretty well. Lost this game. Luigi made back some of the money he lost from before. I'm just gonna call it quits, I believe, here, because that's just enough losing to Luigi. Freaking scoundrel, you and your betting and your gambling. Gamblers never win, guys. Gamblers never win. Then again, these games are kind of a little bit rigged, so you will win more than you lose, because that's just how it works, I think. Anyway, this is by far my favorite card game. What you need to do is you need to clear out all the cards by matching ones horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. And then it'll shift all the cards over, like, leftwards, like that. It's a little like snake, as you can see. Well, it's a snake in terms of a snake that always goes left. If that makes any sense at all, you guys can see how it works. So, My strategy here is just eliminate as high up as you can, and eliminate the ones that aren't already paired together. So those 2 stars look up there, they're already paired together, so it's fine to get rid of them. Now as the game gets harder, as you win more in a row, more kinds of cards will be added. On my actual handheld version, I have like Goombas and Bowser faces and plenty of other, and a lot of variety of faces to mix things up, and you have more cards to work with. So it does get harder, but it's a pretty interesting strategy. I think as long as you focus on the top part as much as you can, and just eliminating like the single cards that could be problems later on, get those out of the way, you should generally things should just sort of work out towards the end. I think I just do one more here to quickly just show off one more time. It's not a very hard game. It's rather simple. So yeah, so I take out the flower up there, for example. I wanted to ideally get a Luigi so I can get those 2 clouds together, and so on and so forth. Yeah, like, take care of the flower there. Ideally, I want to take care of this mushroom now, and then I eventually want to take care of this Luigi. I just get the cloud out of the way because I'm like, okay, eventually those 2 clouds are gonna match up anyway. So I just deal with those right now. As you can see, things are just gonna work out pretty easy from here. So just get rid of these, and not the cloud, and then these will match up. So that's the basic gist of how this works. You win! Yay! How exciting! Yeah, I just quit here. So that's enough of the card games. I think they're pretty fun, especially the last one's definitely one of my favorite games to play here. This one, for some reason, I'm not horrible at this game, but I was just being stupid. Probably because I recorded this like 4 in the morning because I just felt like I feel like staying up. Let's record some extra videos for Super Mario Bros. DS. But how the way this works is basically on the lower screen you draw pathways in order to bring Mario to the star and not to the prom plants. So I kind of make the mistake here of building everything up a little too high here. That sort of makes everything backfire in the end. But you generally want to space out your things a little more so you have a little bit more room here to make things work. Yeah, you do have a pretty limited amount of time. You can press the buttons down the left and the right there to bring them down. Or after every 5, it will reset and then the thing will get harder. But you'll reset all the things down there, so it'll be a little less complicated. So that's generally how this works. I forgot how long it takes for me to fail. I remember I didn't do that great. Almost going. It looks like you kind of got grazed by the piranha plant there. But do I screw this up? I think no, that one was fine. Okay, which one? I'm trying to see where this is gonna go. That way. Nope. That's not gonna work. Yeah. See, I just didn't really plan ahead there very well. Generally, I'm better at this game, but this one I was just like, yeah. Later on, you'll get like multiple Mario heads and multiple stars you have to go to. That's where things get really complicated, where you actually have 2 Mario heads going at the same time. You have to match them all up to stars and keep track of 2 at once, which makes things really complicated. I think once you reach level 10, that happens. Kind of wish I could have shown that off, but it's not really that big a deal. This game, you just drag bomb-bombs to their appropriate color. If you drag them to the wrong color, or you let them last long enough to blow up, you'll lose. I'm not very good at this game on. Well, I'm good at this game on the handheld, but when it comes to there's another door down there, now so things are gonna get a little more complicated. As in terms of how you do this, though, I'm not very good at doing this with my mouse because the whole like dragging action is the one thing I can't really do very well in this sort of setup. So unfortunately, this game's especially now where a lot of bombs are coming in, this is where things just start going badly. If you do get enough bombs in each section, you'll actually clear them out and get points, but it doesn't really matter. You don't gain any points from getting a full stash. You'll just have a little cutscene show up at the top, but you'll get a similar cutscene when this thing blows up right there. So all these ones blow up. Now, it's better for you to let it blow up in the middle there than to blow up on the sides, because if you put like a black bomb in the red square, it'll blow up all the red bombs as well, and that's bad because you'll lose all those points. So rather unfortunately, I couldn't get too far, but that's not a horrible score anyway. That demonstrates the basics of the game. It's a pretty simple game. Now moving on to the next one, Bounce and Trance. This one's kind of fun too. Basically, I poke Mario to make him jump. There's 3 Marios. You get 3 lives. Although there will always be 3 Marios on the screen. And basically, you just try to get them to jump on Shy Guys. Now, the one bad thing about this is if you get hit like that, you have to hit on top of a Shy Guy. I lose one early there just by being an idiot, which is unfortunate. But as long as you, as long as you have to hit them from above, you hit them from below, they'll actually fall downwards really fast. So that's definitely the scary part, is if you get caught under a Shy Guy, you could have to be spending way too much time juggling one Mario, and then you won't have time to fix the other ones. The most important thing is not necessarily to focus, although it does the way they jump is very dependent on where you touch Mario, which doesn't sound right at all. But like if you touch him a little bit to the right, he'll jump more to the left. You touch him a little bit more to the left, he'll jump more to the right. So that's basically how that works. Those Shy Guys are just all in a row there. Jeez, they're just all right there. And look, another one comes over there. Come on, just spread out a little bit more. Obviously, the smaller Shy Guys are a little bit harder to hit, but that also means they're a little bit harder to hit from below, so that's not necessarily a bad thing. That was really close to that guy. Whoa, whoa, oh, I'm so caught into these things. Okay, that wasn't bad. We just get up there, come on, 20. Oh, we're making good progress. There's like little red shooting stars in the background. I've never noticed this before. So the thing about looking back at a recording is you can notice the small things you never really noticed before. I lost one there. Because I'm not too busy focused on just trying to save Mario's life by killing more Shy Guys. Those poor Fly Guys. What did they ever do to me? They're just trying to fly around, have a good time in the sky, and all these Mario and his clones just come in and ruin their day. Oh, I am so stuck into that Shy Guy there. You can see the more Shy Guys are getting a little bit more complicated. They're all small at this point. I lost that one. I jumped there. I could have got at least an extra point. I could have got 37, but I just jumped there and ruined that. But 36 is certainly not a bad score. That's one of the few scores here I'm actually decently proud of. I say decently because I'm sure people have gotten like hundreds before, but whatever. I'm pro at the new Super Mario Bros. DS minigames. Bomb Squad. Basically, this one's a really fun one too. You have a cannonball and you have to defend the Toad's flowers. The flowers are your number of lives. You get 4 hits before you lose. And actually, I meant to hit Lakitu. There's a Lakitu up there that'll clear out all the bombs. That's what happened there. You'll see it's a mechanic you use pretty often. Although, using Lakitu will only give you 100 points per bomb. As you can see, you can combo to get even more points. But basically, you're using the cannonball to shoot all these bombs from the sky. Get as many points as possible before they swarm you and kill your flowers. It's inevitable that the flowers shall die, but that's just how it works, I guess. Hit Lakitu when you can, because he's very helpful for clearing out these bombs, because they do get rather full later on. I mean, I guess comboing is pretty good when you can, but in general, you do want to take advantage of Lakitu's for a little bit of reset, a little bit of a reprieve from the craziness. Because as you can see, especially if you miss one or two like that, I keep missing these ones. They start to stack up really, really fast and overwhelm you. So, Lakitu is a very good way to reset, not get so overwhelmed anymore. He shows up pretty often as well, so you can keep using him in order to clear out the board like that. It's better to do that than to lose, I suppose. Oh boy, I'm missing way too many of these shots, unfortunately. Now the nice thing is you can shoot downwards like this, so if they do get on the lower screen, they are a little bit easier to hit because you can sort of do it like this to save yourself. So that's good. A good score is somewhere like maybe like 30,000 is really good. 20,000, actually probably 50,000 would be like a really good score. I'm sure that people have gotten like hundreds of thousands. Like I said, I'm sure people are way better at these games than I am. I never profess to be very good at this. But I find this will definitely be a really fun game, so I am a fan of this one as well. LuckySevenDX approves of these messages, and I'm getting way too swarmed down here. Lakitu, 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 Lakitu. Oh crap. The guys. No, my flower. Oh, my flower. No. And I missed Lakitu. I am in so much trouble right now. Come on. Just keep firing. Keep firing to the side. Keep firing to the side. Just kill them. Kill all of them. Kill all of them. Come on. I'm just barely surviving here. Oh, there he is. There's Lakitu. Come on, Lakitu. Lakitu. No. Oh crap. Wow. I almost died there. That was almost game over. Lakitu, for all the pain you've given me in Yoshi's Island DS and New Super Mario Bros, you kind of saved my ass, except now I'm pretty screwed. Yeah, that's going to be endgame. 20,000, 20,000, 3,000, that's not how you say it. It's 23,300 points. Not horrible. So, that wasn't a horrible score, I guess. Last minigame, and then we're actually done with all the minigames. Yay! Trampoline time. Now this is very similar in that you have the Marios and the 3 lives, but instead of touching him, you have to draw lines to make trampolines and guide him to the open door. There's 2 doors. There might be more doors later. I honestly never really gotten that far in this game. All I know is that you get far enough to in this game to show off. If you go to the closed door, that'll happen. You get a little trampoline there for a safety net. You'll only get like I think 3 hits on it. Yeah, 1, 2. I think later, yeah, 3, and then it fades away and you don't get it back ever again. So, unfortunately, I'm not very good at this game, like, even when I'm not playing on with a mouse. So, don't expect miracles from this one. But as you can see, you get about 3 Marios on the screen at once, and you want to try to keep as many of a chain as these as you can, because the more Marios are on the screen, the harder it is to do this. Smaller trampolines will launch them higher. Larger trampolines will only launch them a little bit. Take that to your advantage. I generally like to use smaller trampolines because at least they stay in the air longer. Else they might get a little complicated. Also, they can grab on ledges, so do keep that in mind as well. You just need to get them close to the ledge in order for you to score a point, not necessarily make it all the way. The lower one's definitely a lot harder to get than the upper one because you don't have like any sort of height. I think if you get once you reach like 10 or so, they start going. Oh crap! The trampolines do last for a little bit. They don't last forever as well. Yeah, no! Lost that one. There's a little big one to show that off though. That was actually a perfect way to get him up there. Oh boy, this is getting a little tricky. But I think as you go, the whoa. There we go. I lost that one. I think the right side starts getting higher and higher, so it's hard to get that upper one. But that's the basic gist. I'm not sure if a third one appears later on. I don't think it does. I think they just get higher to make it harder. But 9, not the best score, but I'll just take it. Oh, no, I did try to show. I did show this off one more time. I was like, you know what? We can do better than this. We can do better than this. Because, you know why, that's the last game. I was like, you know what? I can't end with such a huge failure. But alas, I already got this one the thing down there to yellow. I only got 1 in there so far. I'm not very good at this game. Oh boy. There's so many Mario. Oh, yeah. The problem is, if they're like stacked together like that, it makes it really hard to do it because if the trampoline disappears immediately after Mario hits it, so you have to jump multiple trampolines for multiple Marios, and that can make things really complicated. So I missed one there, and I don't think I even get nearly as good as last time. The last time was abysmal, and this one's just embarrassing. So that's the basic gist of the minigames, though. That's the last of the minigames. And yeah, I lost there. I only got 3. That's pathetic. But that's how it works, guys. And so that's it for the minigames, and that's it for the extra videos. Stay tuned next time where I will show off a closing video for something that's been left in like almost every single video. So it's been commenting, hey, do this, Lucky. Well, you know what? I'm going to do it next time because I've been saving for the closing videos for a while now. Here's just the options for you right here. You just get some sound stains. Also, you can probably hear my dog. But that's the basic gist of this, guys. This is LuckySevenDX signing out. See you next time for the closing video for this game. Bye-bye.